Today, Wednesday, the 9th of April 2025, we have some hand-picked match predictions to share with you, which of course will be backed up by some stats and analytics to help you make your picks in this list to boost your winning by a greater percent. And to those of you who are already member of the Level 2 Pro plan or the Level 3 Master plan, you want to make sure to check members only match prediction picks from the front page of this channel, for we have the best hand pick event in terms of corner kicks and goal probability we have provided for you today. You want to make sure to check that out. And to those of you who have not yet joined, to have access to our hand pick event we share to members only, with huge odds to take their winning to the next level, as well as having access to top-notch class tutorials to take your winning to the next height, then you want to make sure to also subscribe as a Level 2 Pro member to become a member to have access to these features and start taking your winning to the next level. To those of you who want to join, the link is below this video description. So without wasting time, let's look at the first event of our today's list. But before we proceed to the first event, I have a quick announcement to make. If you come here to the front page of our channel here, titled as the Home tab, you're going to see that we provide match prediction for members only. These are members only match prediction picks, which if you become a member, you're going to have access to it. You can see we have match pick like top upcoming games we share to members only, game predictions in terms of corner kicks, which we provide to members only, top upcoming 13 events upcoming, and so on. And there are a lot of game predictions, sometimes 20 events we provide to members only. And once you become a member of either the Level 2 Pro plan or Level 3 Master plan, you're also going to have access to top-notch tutorial classes. For example, if you're a member of the Level 2 Pro plan, you have access to the Level 2 Pro classes as well at the same time, which will give you access to all of these top-notch video tutorial classes in one place. There are 6 of them that constitute the live match corner strategy for members only, a simple trick to make consistent win, match prediction strategy step by step you have never seen before, the straight win and comeback strategy that will amaze you, never seen straight win and 2.5 goal strategy for members only, as well as 99% win rate strategy for members only. These are for members of the Level 2 Pro plan. Once you become a member, then you're going to have access to this class level to watch all of these tutorials in one place. The link is below this video. That if you become a member of the Level 3 Master, you're going to have access to Level 3 Master classes, will give you more access to the excellent corner kick strategy being revealed, the top secret AI tool we use to find games in terms of straight wins and goals probability, followed by the game changer corner kick strategy that revealed the top secret site we use to find corner kick events and how, as well as 6 amazing AI tools we use, followed by the home and away win match prediction strategy step by step, and a 2.5 goal strategy that you can use to beat the bookie and win even more. So all of these top-notch video tutorial classes are 6 in numbers. Once you become a member of the Level 3 Master, you have access to this master class to become a master of yourself and start to find events to include in your sleep. And once you access the Level 3 Master class, you're going to have access to all of these tutorial classes in one place to become master of yourself and start to find games and include in your sleep event. Now, also, if you come here to the front page of our channel and locate this area here that says the video tab and click on it, you're also going to realize that we provide match prediction tutorials for free to those of you who want to access some free tutorials. For example, this is it here. We have titled it as the strategy for deep, that is bet strategy, a deep dive episode 1, which you can use at your advantage. We also have some additional tutorials. You can take advantage of it, which is also free. And this we have titled as top 5 prediction apps you can use at your advantage, which of course there are some of the features of the top 5 prediction apps, how you can use them to find some event. Also, we have another which we have titled it as the expert tip for picking winning soccer matches, released a few months ago. Of course, it is also very important. We share some of the vital tips for you can use at your own advantage. And finally, we have the next to share with you, which we title it as the 5 hidden Sofascore features you never knew existed before to use to win more bet events. Here we have explained some of the 5 hidden Sofascore features and tips you never knew existed, which we have revealed. And some of these tutorials are for free. You want to make sure to navigate to the video tab of our channel here, locate that particular videos we have shared with you, and watch it to the end and learn something new to start to implement the strategies we have explained. So that being said, let's move directly to the first event of our today's list. Looking at the first event, we are looking at Armenia in the Premier League. We are looking at the match between Noah against BKMA. In this event, of course, the recent performance of the home, Noah have proved to be very offensive. You can see the performance rating in the recent event they've had this same here. You can see scoring 5, 5, 1, and 4. Very offensive in the recent event they've had. If you look at that of its opponent, on the other hand, the defensive line is not as offensive or defensive as compared to that of the home. There are two events I want to make comparison here. Noah had a game with West Armenia that beat it 5-1. This same West Armenia also had a game recently with the opponent, as you can see. They had a lose. If Noah is able to beat West Armenia up to 5 and West Armenia beat BKMA up to 1, then of course there's still the possible chance of Noah to hit the away team and also the possibility of goals. Another second event here is the game they had with Chirac Gimri, which this home team beat it 4-0. This same Chirac Gimri also had a game with BKMA, and you can see that they had equal strength to tell us that Noah still have an overleading hand, and confirming the stance performance in terms of the form they've had recently. We are going to prove that the home, Noah, of course, sit on the first place. They're the highest scoring team here. They've had 5 games played at home. Recently, all the 5 leads, scoring 25 and conceding 3. That's a high offense with a very tight defense as well. But of course, if you look at that of its opponent, on the other hand, they prove that they sit right on the 6th place. They have had 5 games away, just 1 win, to tell you that they are not good at away, scoring just 6 and conceding up to 8. We are looking therefore at the home to take advantage of that weak defense of the away, and because of its high strike power, we look at 2 major picks here in full time. For this particular event, everything being explained, we are looking at the home to be the upper hand to lead in full time as one of the major pick, as well as the possibility of at least 1.5 goals in full time to 2 goals over. Looking at the next here, we are looking at World in the Friendly International Women. This time, we're looking at Canada women against Argentina women. If you look at the recent performance of the home, based on the recent event they've had this same here, they have proved very offensive, scoring 3, 7, 2 in the recent gameplay they've had. Of course, that of its opponent proved that the defensive line is not very strengthened, conceding 3 goals in some event, and the stance is not very great. The recent performance of the home have proved to be very amazing in terms of the recent event, and looking at the fact that this tournament is a play for these two coming to impress, we looked at the home to have an upper hand since the most recent head-to-head they just had recently this same year. Of course, they just recently had a game. The home team, Canada women, still played at home, and it maintained a 3-0 position where it shows a higher strength. This time, it still have that good form, and we are looking at it. The fact that its performance recently have proved to be very great. We still look at 2 major picks here in full time. For this particular event, everything being put in place, we still look at the home to be the upper hand to lead as one of the major pick, as well as at least the possibility of 1.5 goal to occur here in full time. Looking at the next, we looked at Latvia in the Veseliga. This is the 6th round of this tournament. We are looking at ROFS playing against Tukums. For this, the home performance have proved to be very amazing, having 4 goals, 1 and 3. In the recent event they've had, especially in the Veseliga itself. Tukums, on the other hand, have proved to concede very much with a defensive line that is not very tight. And looking at some comparison, for example, the home has recently had a game with Lipaja, they beat it 4-1. This same Lipaja had a game with the opponent, as you can see here, and the opponent had a draw with it, to show that the home is almost of equal, that is, if Lipaja is almost of equal strength with Tukums, for which Lipaja was beaten by the home team up to 4-1, as you can see here, then there is still a possible chance for ROFS to lead against Tukums, and also the possibility of much goals. This can be confirmed by looking at the form stance performance in the recent event they've had. The home ROFS have proved to sit here on the 2nd place. They have just had 2 games played, scoring 5, conceding 1. That's good offense with good defense. But the opponent, on the other hand, in terms of the strike power by the defense, have proved that they are weak when they are away. They have had 3 games away with no wins, scoring just 2, conceding 6. As a result, we look at 2 major picks here in full time. For this particular event, we look at the home to have an upper hand to lead as one of the major picks, as well as the possibility of at least 1.5 goal or 2 goals over in this event in full time. Looking at the next, we looked at Portugal in the Taça de Portugal. It is actually the first leg of this semi-final rounds. We are looking at Tirsense with Benfica. In this event, Benfica, the away team, have proved to have a very great offense, having a 4-1 against Porto, 3-0 against Juventus, and the performance have been very amazing in the away game play performance. But that of Tirsense, on the other hand, have proved that the defensive line is very weak. They do concede too much number of goals, and they've mostly had event in the CAM. And of course, Benfica is from the Liga de Portugal, that is LP, which performance is better. Of course, it is the first leg, and we're looking at Benfica, a stronger team to meet the weaker team, Tirsense. And in this, we look at an easy play for Benfica. So we are looking at two major picks here in full time. For this first leg event, of course, the away team Benfica will prove every possibility to show its strength. Having a very great performance in recent gameplay they've had, we looked at it to be the upper hand to lead as one of the major pick, as well as at least 1.5 going full time or 2 goals over is our major pick for this event. Looking at the next, we looked at Germany in the Oberliga Rheinland Plaza. We are looking at Worms against Eppelborn. The home team Worms have proved to be very good in recent events they've had, especially in the Oberliga itself, scoring 2 and 3 in the recent game played, and also in the CF where they have proved to be amazing. Look at that of its opponent. On the other hand, they do concede just too much number of goals, conceding 4 against Consehen, conceding 6 against Molaten, and the strike defense power is very weak, very conceding. If we look at the stands performance in the recent event they've had by the form of the home and away, the home have proved to sit on the third place with a great offense and defense. 5 games played at home with 4 lead, scoring 10, conceding 2. That's an amazing offense and good defense as well. But its opponent, on the other hand, have proved that the defensive line is not a great deal. They have conceded up to 28 goals in just 5 games played. No wins in the away game played, to prove that the away performance is very poor, conceding too much number of goals with a weak probability of scoring. As a result, we are looking at 2 major picks here in full time. For this particular event, we looked at the home to be the upper hand, taking advantage of the very weak defense of the away to lead as one of the major pick, as well as the possibility of 1.5 goal is the next possible pick for this event in full time. And to those of you who want to have access to more events, especially the games we have shared to members only, in terms of corner kick events, goals probability, and other straight win events, which are for members only, then of course you want to make sure to subscribe to the Level 2 Pro membership package plan to start to have access to members only videos with huge odds to take your winning to the next height. Match prediction are based on straight wins, goals probability, corner kicks, and other events which you can take advantage of it with a huge odds to better your winning chance. Of course, to those of you who want to join, the link is below this video. You want to make sure to go ahead, subscribe to become a member of the Level 2 Pro plan or Level 3 Master to have access to all of these features, as well as our top-notch tutorial classes to take your win to the next height. Good luck and see you again in the next upload, and bye-bye for now.